Hi, this is Freya with another edition of How to Sing That Song. Today we're going to talk about Christina Aguilera's Hurt. Well, for me, this song is a very special song because when I sing it, what it means for me is it's kind of a song to my dad. My dad passed away many years ago already in 1998, so this is kind of my song to my dad, so that's why it's so special to me. And don't begin singing this song unless you really work through the subtext a little bit. I think it's really important. It's very emotional, and it's very much from a place of, okay, I can't change anything now anymore. This is just the way life has happened, and it's about this being in this place of looking back and having this deep, deep sorrow about being really sorry about something in the past. So it starts with this nice intro. And already here, when you hear the intro, feel it. And now start with this very soft voice color and let your breath flow in a way that reflects the words that are in there. Seems like it was yesterday when I saw your face. And you heard me talk about it many times. Whenever you go very low, very soft, when I saw your face, that's totally enough. You don't need to be very loud. You told me how proud you were, but I walked away. Proud I were, very much on the top. Let it shine, a little bit more chest voice, and then the wave goes down. Proud you were, but you walked away. If only I knew what I know today. And now the next passage, you can actually use a falsetto, which means it's kind of very light head voice. Ooh, ooh. Now it rises in energy, and now it goes to chest voice. I would hold you in my arms. I would take the pain away. Very open, very chesty, and try to be very straight most of the time. And don't forget to have a deep breath each time before the phrase starts, and you have time here. Thank you for all you've done. Forgive all your mistakes. There's nothing I wouldn't do to hear your voice again. And again here, all those ad-libs that Christina does, don't worry about doing it 100% her way. The most important thing is that you're doing it in your own voice and that the meaning really comes through. And that on those passages where it's really inside of you, that it's working inside of you and it's happening and all these feelings are happening inside of you, are really in there, and your voice color reflects that by being very soft and your breath flows. And then on the other hand, kind of having this explosion to the outside, towards more chesty and more directed to the outside. I always imagine there's like this huge auditorium that I'm singing in, and that I'm singing to the very last row, way back there. And it really helps you project, and that's what you need to do. There's nothing I wouldn't do to hear your voice again. Again. Sometimes I wanna call you, but I know you won't be there. And now comes the chorus, and now try to get those beginning ad-libs. It's not really an ad-lib, but this you really need to do kind of like it is here. Oh, this is hard, like oh, na 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 na. But that it is legato, which means you don't do ha 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 in between. It's really important. Whoa, I'm sorry for blaming you for everything make sure as you come down, you take away that loud power belting there. You don't need to do it when you come down. I couldn't do. That's too much. I couldn't do. And I've hurt myself. My hurting you. And here again, stay soft. Sighing is the best way to think about this. Hurting you. By hurting you. And now you just lock it in. By hurting you. And then it goes on. Sometimes I feel broken, son, but I won't admit. Very soft. Very soft. Sometimes I just wanna hide, 'cause it's you I miss. And it's so hard to say goodbye when it comes to this. And now do the ad-libs kind of like you and whoa, 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 yeah. Would you tell me I was wrong? And you can practice this really by really directing. Would you tell me I was wrong? Are you proud of who I am? Really belt it way back there into the last row in the auditorium. There's someone sitting there. Maybe that's the person that you're saying I'm sorry to. And then you can just really project way back there. There's nothing I wouldn't do to have just one more chance, very open chance, to look into your eyes, to see you looking back. And now comes the chorus again. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Chorus again, and then comes the bridge. And I've hurt myself. Oh, so here comes the bridge, and then you really need to belt it out. Make sure you take a deep breath, and you have a very straight torso, and that way. If I had just one more day, I would tell you how much that I missed you since you've been away. Now, there's an E on the top here. If you can't get it and belt it, it's totally fine. You can even do it in kind of a mixed or head voice. I would tell you much that I missed you since you've been away. You don't have to really be that loud. And the next part too, you could go, oh, it's dangerous. You could do it in a more mixed voice. Or if you can really belt it out, depending on how you can. I always say it's better to go back one step and to do it maybe in another register in a way that the voice color still fits to that, than killing yourself and then it really sounds too pressed, too narrow, too pushed, and you're going to crack. So what good is it going to do if you're going to end up cracking? So try out where your actual limits are. Now, if you think you're just about there, it's a great piece to practice your limits, to really push yourself a little bit harder. But if it's really way beyond your limits, then do it in a register that you can really, that it's viable, that it's like, okay, it's really gonna work and I'm not gonna kill myself. Also, I'm not gonna get hoarse or anything like that. You need to make sure that you don't hurt anything here. So having said that, let's go to this high part. Oh, it's dangerous. It's sad out of line. Try to turn back time. So whenever you get to that time, try to get into falsetto or head voice, kind of a very light head voice. Now, in the original, there's an effect on the recording. So we don't have an effect. We don't have this reverb effect. We don't have that. So, but what's really hard here is that this time is right in the cracks of your voice right here. So for all the gals out there, time, that's a B that you can still, back here, your pharynx can still be kind of open. But as you go up to that D sharp, time, you gotta lift the soft palate. It's not going to work any other way. If you can see it, time. See how that goes up? There's no other way. It's like ta. You can't stay open back there. You can't really stay down like this. So, time. And then make sure that it's hard, but work through that by really practice singing on an So whenever you sing the make sure that inside of your mouth, that there is space in there, that it's not flat. Don't put your tongue flat onto the roof of your mouth. Really try that, really, on that. It's hard, but it's a good practice. Time, because you don't want to really squeeze yourself off. Time. So the M still needs to be kind of there. It's hard. And then we go on for the rest of the song in a very soft voice again. It's kind of more like it's almost like a mixed register. It's really soft. I'm sorry for blaming you for everything I just couldn't do, and I've hurt myself. And then comes this. By hurting you. Again, hurting. It's a little bit more open here, but make sure you can sing through that, and that the as well as a is actually a pitch. So that last bit here is kind of a falsetto / very relaxed chesty voice. It's not really, the vocal cords don't close very tightly. It's very relaxed. And I've hurt myself. Oh, very relaxed. But not without intensity. It's really important. And if you do it not with intensity, it's like, and I've hurt myself. So it needs to be, the meaning needs to be in there, in your breath. And I've hurt myself. Very intense. It's very serious here. Okay? So I hope this helped you a little bit in singing the song. It's an awesome song. And again, you can't really, the key that you can actually sing it in, there's not too much room to play with it because it goes low and high. So you need to pick exactly the right key for you. Now, for all the girls out there, the original key is in E minor. So that's probably a good key for you, unless you are able to sing pretty much low. If you can actually touch very low notes, you might be able to transpose it down. But I'm saying, like, just for the average female voice, the key of E minor is probably the one that you could sing it in. So thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to tune back in on Thursday for another Q&A session, and also on Friday for another Freya's Singing Tips video, more on the technical side. And also don't forget to check out my podcast, Freya's Singing Tips, the podcast. So check that out on iTunes and listen to me on the go. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing. Bye.